Yo guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another FIFA 21 video on the channel. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about, will the market rise or will it fall heading into Team of the Year? We're going to take a look at some prices. We're going to take a look at specific cards and all that. I've been getting a lot of questions on, whether certain players will rise or fall. So we're just going to take a look at how the market overall has reacted to Team of the Year in the past two FIFAs, as well as we'll kind of tie it into what's currently happening in FIFA 21's, current market stage. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you drop a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. So again, we'll start off with, I guess, the current state of the market. It's actually been kind of going up a little bit, and this is just due to the fact that we've gotten no new supply coming in, no panicking, nothing. We have no idea what's happening as far as the next promo comes. And as of right now, I don't even know if freeze is still going on or not, honestly. But regardless, the market has been doing kind of well. We've been uptrending a little bit, so that is interesting. That is good for us. The only thing that hasn't really been uptrending has been icons, as icons are still trying to find their prices. I believe it was yesterday we got brand new icon SBCs, maybe 2 days ago, I'm not sure. I think it was yesterday. But we saw that these icon prices, started to drop a little bit. We've seen these cards continue to drop down. A little hard to judge on Xbox. We go over to PlayStation. Still, the market going down. And I think this is going to be something that kind of continues on for a little bit. Just because, we're still trying to find that bottom of prices. With primes coming out and stuff, we're still seeing supply added in. So it's going to be interesting to see where this will kind of flatline out. I know specifically, from, cards that are getting SBCs and swaps, they're actually still dropping. I know I've been kind of paying attention to Thierry Henry's card. I paid attention to the ones from yesterday. We're still seeing a little bit of a drop in those cards, which is all right. But, I've been getting a lot of questions specifically about these two guys right here, Neymar and Mbappe, Ronaldo and Varane, those kind of gold cards. The current state of them, they're still dropping. That's the thing. A lot of these cards are still going down. And this is just, I guess, due to the fact that there's no demand. I feel like we're at a very stale point in the game right now. But still, that being said, these cards really have no supply yet. They're still dropping in or dropping down in price. Neymar's one that interests me because, honestly, I think he's one of the top gold cards in the game, if not the best one. With 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot. He's an absolute beast, and he's only, 550k on Xbox, which is crazy to me. But we're going to go take a look at some of the prices of these cards heading into, Team of the Year from last year. Now, from what we looked at in the Team of the Year investment guide video, we saw that that these gold cards actually did well during Team of the Year. And this is due to one main reason. We went over it in the Team of the Year investment guide, with foot stars, is that what we're seeing right now is a lot of people holding packs. I myself have started to kind of save up packs. I haven't been getting anything. And I'm saving up packs, and what this is actually doing, what happens when people save packs, is there's actually no coins getting injected into the market. And when you don't see any coins injecting into the market, you tend to see a drop. Now, this is Neymar's card last year's gold card. Notice how this drop actually continues on for a long time. We saw this, Neymar's gold card kind of drop down for quite a while until we get about to this stage. This is about when the Team of the Year hype kicks in. I think Team of the Year came out around this time anyways. And what we see is around, after the first weekend in January, which for this year it'll be, I think, the 3rd and the 4th, we actually see Neymar reverse, and he actually goes up for a good while. He goes up to about 650k from, 550 for the remainder of the month, which is a really big, up increase. We saw the same thing with cards like Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo, and all these big gold cards that are still good. Now, the unusable ones I wouldn't touch. The ones that are slowly kind of bleeding out and, aren't as super usable. But, your big boys, your big cards, they are going to do well. And, we'll look with Mbappe here. He did something very similar. We see this increase from, the first weekend in January until the end of the month, and he just kind of uptrends. And again, the same thing happens here with Mbappe. After this first weekend, he only goes up for the remainder of the month. So a really, really, really nice, increase in price for him. And, we need this with gold cards. I feel like consistently we're just seeing the market drop, which is kind of crazy, to even think about. the fact that we've been dropping so much, but it happened last year, and I think it's gonna happen again this year once we start getting those packs open and stuff like that. Now, if we take a look at the Team of the Year card, just so I can confirm when Team of the Year started last year, that first day was actually early on in January. It was the 6th, so the weekend after. It started on a Monday. So once these cards, these gold cards went out of packs, and Neymar actually didn't even get a Team of the Year. So he actually was in packs and still went up. Once we see those, cards kind of come into the game and Team of the Year starts, we see that big increase in price, which is really, really nice to see. Again, we can take a look at some of the other cards. We'll take a look at icons, for example. I want to say icons did something very, very similar. We'll take a look at R9, and then we'll take a look at, some more, lower tier icons too. But the same scenario kind of happens with R9. And you're going to see that once Team of the Year drops, we just get this big coin injection. Now, they're literally the same scenario here. It's not as great or it's harder to see on the graph because R9 is worth a lot, so this graph doesn't move on 100K really, but he was about 5 mil on Xbox and 5.7 on PS, and once Team of the Year drops, he actually just goes up again for the remainder of the month. It's not a huge increase, but still, 200K, 300K, that's a decent increase. And essentially what it means is that you can buy this guy and you don't have to worry about losing coins. Now the Prime we'll take a look at. I don't think it's really worth looking at the Prime, to be honest, because the Prime was so expensive anyways that I don't think Team of the Year really moved him too much. But again, the same scenario did happen. R9 went up a lot. He didn't go up as much on PlayStation just because his price was so much higher and the demand was, there. But on Xbox, you see this little increase happen, and even on PS, you can see a little bit of an increase on these, this big card right there. So yeah, even icons will get affected. We'll take a look at one more icon. If we icon, we'll take a look at one of the primes. We'll take a look at one of the lower tier primes. Who's a good one? Thierry Henry. We'll take a look at him. He's a good icon. Don't get me wrong, but he's still not at that superb tier. This was his prime once he actually dropped, in FIFA. I know the primes are all out now on FIFA 21. So, a really, again, similar trend. The only difference is on Xbox, he actually dipped until the Friday. This could be because of Mbappe and other alternatives coming out for Team of the Year. But again, you see the same trend. By the end of the month, he was he went on an uptrend and he was much higher. On PlayStation, he actually was lowest at about this stage. And then, he went up again. So we're going to look at all those icons and we're going to see that they're going to continue to rise up. The same scenario I think will happen with those special cards too. So will these cards rise? Will Mbappe, will Neymar in this FIFA rise up? Yes, I think all the cards are going to, I'm not saying all the cards, but I think all meta cards will end up going up. I think Team of the Year brings a lot of players back into the game. I feel like there's a lot of people who aren't entirely into playing the game right now. And this could be due to a number of things, just the game getting stale and stuff like that. But what you're likely going to see is that, this is going to be, a time where coins will finally get pumped into the market and we'll actually start seeing some rises. So here's Kevin De Bruyne's inform. Now I want to take a look at special cards, especially a special card who got a Team of the Year. De Bruyne's inform. Now you would think, another special card coming out for him that he would actually go down in price. This is not the case for some of these Team of the Year cards. Why is that, you may ask? Well, the reason is keep in mind, Kevin De Bruyne's card, all these Team of the Year cards, even all of them, aside from maybe the right back and the left back, but even then, they're very high for their price. The prices on these cards are crazy high. Mbappe, when we were looking at him earlier, he's 6 mil when he opened up. That's a crazy price. So what you're gonna see is De Bruyne's card was probably opened up at around, 2-3ish mil, in between that range. So this card's 200K. That's a big gap. So when people realize they can't afford that Team of the Year, they look to the other version. And, the reason why we're seeing this drop happen is a lot of people are waiting, people are going untradeable, people just aren't playing the game. And what we're starting to see is, people aren't going to use this version because they want to try the Team of the Year version when it comes out. So what happens is, they find out the Team of the Year version, they can't afford that. Are you kidding me? Little Timmy is never going to be able to afford that Kevin De Bruyne unless he spends, his parents' money. And what happens is De Bruyne goes up about 100K on both consoles, if not even more on PlayStation. I mean, it was an easy move to do, and, it was really nice. Again, by the end of that, that last week in January, we saw the card kind of peak on Xbox, and he actually went up a lot on PlayStation. He ended up hitting 370k for about 130k increase. So that was really, really big. Now we can take a look at one more inform of a card that didn't get into Team of the Year, just so we can kind of compare, for example. So it might take me a second to find an inform that didn't get into Team of the Year. Where is it? Inform, gold inform. So we'll take a look at this one, and I actually don't know the answer to this question, but I do want to see how an inform reacted to not getting a Team of the Year. But I also want to choose somebody that was kind of usable. We can use, if I can find his card, if this card can pop up for me, we can use Yedder or Timo Werner, because those two cards were very, very big last year, as far as, the demand for them was. And Yedder had multiple informs, so we can take a look at a few different ones and see how they reacted. Where is Yedder? He should be popping up in a second here, and perfect, here he is. So this was his third inform. Now, I believe his third inform actually came out after Team of the Year, which it did. So we'll go to the second inform, and we'll see how it kind of reacted to Team of the Year coming out. And I'm willing to bet that it did well. So this inform actually came out right before Team of the Year dropped. So we'll take a look at both versions. But taking a look here, we see this kind of dip before. We're going to see this pre-panic into Team of the Year. And expect that. That's what's going to happen. We're going to see a dip heading into Team of the Year. And once Team of the Year drops, we're going to see that, big coin boost come in. And taking a look at Yedder, it's the same trend with him. He wasn't even in Team of the Year, but his card goes from 300k on Xbox, 370 on PlayStation, and again, he ends up going up about 70 or 100k on Xbox and 100k on PlayStation. So really, really nice for this card. We'll take a look at the first inform, and I'm willing to bet his first inform did the very, the exact same thing. Take a look, bring it to December and January. And again, we see this kind of dip come in, a dip before Team of the Year. When Team of the Year drops, he rises up a ton. He goes from 120k on Xbox to 160. Not as big of an increase because he is obviously the first inform, but still a really, really nice rise on this guy's card. And, again, just another good example of what can happen. So realistically, what I would do is I would look to pick up some of those informs on those Team of the Years that are going to be expensive. Real quick, I'm going to take a look at one more inform of a guy who did get in Team of the Year. I want to take a look at Sadio Mane. And the reason why was Sadio Mane's Team of the Year was really, really good. And his informs were also very nice. Well, he's got two. He's got one out of position, one in position. Likely we have, with the Team of the Year this year, we're going to see, players end up, who already have special cards getting in. So look at Mane. Same scenario for this guy, except he rose up a lot. He rose up about 150k on both consoles. And this was just due to the fact his Team of the Year was so expensive, man. So, again, a huge rise on him. So what we can do is actually look to pick up informs and the gold cards. I think they're both going to do very, very well. Personally, I'm going to take those informs, I think. I'm going to risk it a little bit. Now, obviously, you have to guess who's going to get in Team of the Year. And that's going to be tough. I think De Bruyne is going to get in. I think, I made some predictions. I think Lewandowski's going to be one that gets in, but also you want to pick informs that are usable. Lewandowski's informs are not super usable in this FIFA. Reason being is just take a look at the stats. They're not really high in demand because the pace is low and the prices are low. Now, still, I think the price will go up. I just think there's going to be better, opportunities for you guys to take. Now, if we can look at, a card that on a guy who will get in, and, we can use, I guess, Mbappe, for example. But Mbappe didn't have any informs. He had the record breaker, which is a little bit higher price than an inform would be, in my opinion. Just because, it's such a nice card. The card design is nice. He also got a nice little boost on a few stats. So this one's a little tough to judge. But what you're likely going to see is this card will go up a little bit because his Team of the Year is going to be 6 mil. And there's that huge price gap. So when no one can get the Team of the Year version, they're going to go to the next best version, which is going to be the record breaker, or they'll go for that gold card. Now, with, Virgil van Dijk was injured. I guess De Bruyne isn't a bad one. I think he is going to end up getting in regardless. But again, he only had the team of the group stage, which the team of the group stage really, it could go up. It probably will end up going up too because of that price gap you'll see. It's very similar to an inform, but again, another card that didn't really get too many informs in the game. We can take a look at, say, you know, Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos did have an inform for sure. I know that. So this is a card that, you know, is going to be interesting. Now, Sergio Ramos is, you know, inform is not super great. He's going to be similar to that first inform Ben Yedder that we saw, where he might go up like 40, 50K, because there's going to be a huge price gap. I can guarantee Ramos's card will be similar to Team of the Year Delict from last year. So what you're going to see is that card's probably going to, his Team of the Year is probably going to settle around 1 million coins. And what will happen is, because of that price gap, you might see Ramos go up, you know, a little bit as he tries to fill that gap in just a little bit. And, you know, other than that, you know, it's going to be the same trend for all these guys. You know, these informs, these golds are going to go up. I think, you know, we're going to see a little dip heading into Team of the Year, but once Team of the Year drops, we're going to see a big coin boost into the game. And, you know, I think a lot of people are going to come and play because it's Team of the Year. It's something everybody comes in and, you know, does. You know, they try and participate in. So we're going to see a lot of demand in the market, and I think it'll be pretty good. I'm excited for Team of the Year. Let me know what you guys, you know, think about Team of the Year. If you have any questions from today's video, drop them in the comments. I'll answer as soon as I can. Make sure to like, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, guys, peace.